Hello there, Internet. If you call yourself a horror or a sci-fi fan, you have to go to Wonderfest. I'm Dr. Paul,
I'm Diet Dr. Paul.
and this is Rotten Potatoes. A lot of you have been with us for 2 years every week, where we talk about movies, comic books, sci-fi, um, and once a year we talk about
Scale modeling.
Model Fest.
Wonderfest.
We want our fans on both sides of this to meet and greet. We want our
Yes.
Wonderfest fans to meet our horror sci-fi fans, and y'all play nice together.
Yes.
Wonderfest is amazing. Louisville, Kentucky, May 31st through June 1st.
It's that time of year. It's like Christmas.
It is. And you think, I don't know anything about models. That's what my grandpa did. I'm telling you, the work that you're going to see at Wonderfest, the scale modeling, dinosaurs, monsters, spaceships. A lot of the people that actually go to this and present at this are folks that work in the industry, that they help design things like the spaceship in Close Encounter, or all of the various permutations of Star Trek and Star Wars. It is breathtaking, the stuff that's going on.
And I'll say I'm not a big model person myself. I have painted like Warhammer figures and models occasionally, but it's not something I do all the time, and I love it. So it really has Comic Con vibes to it. There's so much more to do beyond just scale modeling.
It is. There is a ton. And so you've gone now 3 times?
This will be the 4th time.
Yes, this will be the 4th time.
3rd time in a row.
And it really is. There's stuff here for kids. Modeling is something that was much more a thing back in the 40s, 50s, and 60s, like when I was a kid growing up.
Video games.
Yeah, and now it's it's had a renaissance that's come back. There are it's essentially just like a typical convention.
Yes.
Where you're going to have a ton of guests that there. We'll get to that. We'll talk about the guests. And then there are going to be little breakout sessions and workshops that you can go where you can learn how to do different types of things. Or you can hear the guests talk about the work that they did on films like Star Trek, or, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, that kind of stuff. And so there's little breakout sessions. There's also classes you can learn where you can actually learn how to model. There is a free class for kids that are under 16 and under.
Make it, take it.
Yes, where they just give you a free model kit and all of the supplies that you want to do, and right then and there that you sort of pay. It's a brilliant way to introduce younger people to that.
Oh yeah, and then they're not like cheap models. It's the same stuff that you can buy at the convention.
Right.
And you're right. It's a good way to introduce kids, and it's also, if you're there and you have your kids with you, something they can do. You can bounce out to like the competition floor, or go hit your class up, or do whatever.
What's the competition floor? What's that about?
Speaking of, you see how I did that?
Nice segue.
The competition is the other aspect. Yes, there's the, buying and selling stuff, but there's the competition part where people bring their models in and then they judge them in a competition. There's also a photographer that you can get to professionally photograph your models. And so that's one of my favorite parts, is just walking through that room and seeing all the cool models and stuff. And, obviously we made videos of it where you get to see some of that. This year, the video is going to be so good because of that guy right there that you're looking at us through. It's such a nice camera, and it's going to be so crystal clear.
Go back and check out our 2024, 2023 Wonderfest. And it really is. There's 2 different types of those videos. One is the competition floor, and the other is the dealer's room. Dealer's room, where you can go buy models, and the competition room is where the models you buy, you could next year go and actually put them on display. They usually have about 2,000 models that are in this particular show. And they have classes. They have, if you're younger, you can do it. So, kids division. And they do it by theme. So you might have a whole couple tables that are just comic book or horror, or, small, little tiny one, vehicles.
The miniature guys from last year. Remember, he did Frasier's whole apartment. He did the Walking Dead doctor's office scene. Let me tell you, like, this dude, and we actually were there, and he was over taking pictures by his models. We got to meet him or whatever, but I don't do anything with models, but it'll blow your mind. You just have to be fans of these genres, these movies that this stuff is from, and it'll kick your butt.
There's also a competition there, and it's called the Iron Modeler.
Yes,
And
yes.
you think about this, okay?
I want to do it once.
I thought that that might be something to do. So what you do is you have to be a team of 3, and they give you a bunch of stuff, right?
Just trash, basically.
And sometimes a model kit, but you have to. It's you got 4 hours
Hmm.
where you have to construct something. You need to bring your own glue and your own paint and a hair dryer to help speed up the whole process. But you and your team comes up with a model, and then whoever gets the best one is the iron modeler and wins that. And there's go and see the competition with that.
Hmm.
It really is amazing the amount of quality work. It will take your breath away. So go back and watch what we had last year. You'll see exactly what we're talking about. And if you are a sci-fi fan or a horror film fan, I'm telling you, you have to be there for
Hmm.
this.
Yeah, it's a dope place to be.
What about the deal? I mean, Comic Cons, we're a big fan of the Comic Cons, Charlotte Hero Con in Charlotte, North Carolina, Dallas Fantasy Fair, all of these things. The heart of a convention is there going to be a dealer's room. And in it for this, there's 2 dealer's room. There's
Hmm.
A and B.
Hmm.
And if I had a suggestion for you all, people, all hanging out at A, and that's the largest one, but you're going to find some deals and find some really interesting stuff in B. So make sure you do both. And especially if you've been through it several times and it's too crowded in A, go ahead and walk over to B because they're really, I mean, great deals that you can make
I think that they're a little different, the rooms. I think one of them tends to be more like models and like airbrushes and kits and things. And then you have the other smaller one where it'll be like old collectibles that people are selling, lots of t-shirts and things of that nature. I
yes,
tend to like that room a little bit better. That's
yeah,
where I spend more of my money than I
yeah.
spend in the other one.
Well, I mean, typically you just, when it comes to buying T-shirts, it's like, bring them in, boys.
Beep, beep. Yeah, yeah.
Uh-huh.
I'll get a couple every time, so I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to be. Last time it was I got a Fallout T-shirt and then a Creature of the Black Lagoon tarot card shirt, which was awesome.
It really is and it's an all day thing and an all night thing. It's family friendly.
Very much
That's
so.
the other thing. They do have the Chiller Theater, which is on Saturday night, and Dr. Gangrene, horror hosts, sort of like is the MC of this. And last year Joe Dante, was scheduled to be there and he's the one that did Gremlins.
Hmm.
He had to film and send in his little his presentation, so he wasn't able to be there for Chiller Theater. But it's a great time, a fun time to sort of watch a couple of movies there,
It was
and
Matinee they showed,
yes, uh-huh.
and the
And
year before that it was the Tomb of Lygia.
yes, and Elizabeth, I can't remember. Sorry, I can't remember her name. She
Yes,
was
one
with
of the
Vincent Price.
actresses. Yep.
Yes. So it really is a good time to go and watch a couple of movies, and they have popcorn, that kind of stuff. They also have the Rondo Awards, and for those of you that are horror fans, you know what the Rondo Awards are, and it's the best TV show, movie, books, comic books, kind of stuff. National awards that are given, and they actually do that at Wonderfest, where you can go and you can find out who had the best. Svengoolie typically wins the best horror host kind of thing.
Yeah,
I'm a
yeah, yeah.
I'm a huge Svengoolie fan. They also have for extra money for you can come the day before, and I've done this several times. Amazing Figure Map Modeler, which is the brilliant company, brilliant magazine. They have a class. It's a whole day class where they give you the model, the paint, everything, and then they teach you how to do some really good, high
Hmm.
quality
This is
quality
not
stuff.
beginner stuff.
No, and they have had in the past Blackheart Models and Badger does a class together, and it's how to do airbrushing kind of stuff. If there's another reason why you need to go to Wonderfest,
It's because it's Blackheart's last year, maybe.
they're really sort of the old man has decided to retire. I wrote him an email. I actually cried I'm seriously, I cried when I saw the news. He has been so instrumental to this field. I mean, we owe him so much. It has been decades that this guy has really,
The
figure
models
models.
that this dude
Yes, and
makes.
it's
The
brilliant the stuff that
busts
he's
of these
done.
there's some of the most realistic lifelike models on earth.
It will take your breath away, and the beauty of the work that's done. And I understand he's retiring, and I just going to get rid of the molds and everything.
So
And
we're gonna
so
have to buy a
he
life-size
donates.
Dracula head.
Yeah, he donates the figures to the
Hmm.
take and make and take
Yep.
thing kind of stuff.
Hmm.
So he is. I love that, and I'm going to go and spend a lot of money.
Grovel.
The other thing, the hotel. Now,
Yes.
for those of you that don't know and you decide you want to go, the Crown Plaza Hotel, Louisville Airport, is sold out. Now they might add rooms if we're on the show right now. They might change that. We've had some problems with the hotel in the
Yeah, it
past.
got better last time, but I've been a little bit underwhelmed by it. The year before, they were doing construction, and so there's like no microwaves. It just was not a good look, just kind of decrepit a little bit. No swimming pool. We went back last year, and you could tell they've done a lot of work, but it still was nowhere near finished, and it just seemed to be a little bit underwhelming. So I'm not sure about the one that.
Well, 2 years ago, we brought my grandson with us, and he was all hyped up about the swimming pool, and the swimming pool was closed. Well, they've gotten rid of the swimming pool
Mhm.
now, kind of stuff.
Yeah.
We're staying in the Spring Hill Suites Hotel, which is next door, kind of stuff. Parking is insane. So
Yes.
if you're going to Wonderfest, you find a parking
Don't
space.
move your car.
Don't move your car because you're just gonna. I mean,
It's
the number
you're
of
not
people.
gonna find a spot.
Yeah, you can't buy tickets in advance to this thing. So you only when you show up there, you're going to buy your tickets, and so they have no idea how many people are gonna show up. And so yeah, I remember us doing that, and then and there's food in the hotel, but you also Grubhub and those
We
kind of
got to go back
things.
to that place again this time.
There were, yeah, we've I think maybe we'll do another Wonderfest show, but there's a couple of restaurants, one Mexican and one Middle Eastern, that is some of the best food that
Right, we
I've
have to
had
go back to
on
both.
both of those. Um, let's talk about a little bit about the guests.
Well, before we get to the guests, they're the early bird tickets.
Yeah. Now, do you think that's a good idea?
I do.
Okay, tell them what it is.
Well, the early bird, at what time does it start?
I don't have off
I,
the
I
top
I
of my
think
head.
that like the doors open hypothetically
Uh,
around 10.
10. Yeah, it makes
There's an
sense.
early bird thing where you can get a ticket to get in at 7 or 8. I think it's 8, and get in there ahead of time. When it opens at 10, here every year since we've been back, what happens? We get our early bird tickets, we go, and just about the time that they're letting people in, we're leaving to go out of that room. And we'll come back, but that's first couple hours. There's not as many people in there. You can breathe. You're not it's going to be picked through a little bit by the time 10 o'clock rolls around, because the people with those early bird tickets, they have things in mind. They go and they buy the things right away. It's not the end of the world, don't get me wrong, but if you really care and you can spend the extra money, I highly say to grab the early bird tickets.
I absolutely wholeheartedly agree. Number one is just because it's not like being at Disney where it's elbow to
I
elbow.
cannot stand that.
But also, if you go in there and you see something that you really like, and there's a stack of 50 of them,
Hmm.
you're okay. But if there's one or two, you really better buy it then, because the number of times that well, I'll come back and get that, and you come back and it's
Yeah,
gone.
especially after 10 o'clock, you're going to be out of luck.
Yeah.
So if you just want to get ahead of the game, I would
Right.
suggest definitely.
But it's not just model kits, but I would encourage you, especially to pick up a kit. And I would encourage you to go back every year and take classes and learn how to do it. It really is. I do it. I'm a big scale modeler.
It is either this or drugs.
Yeah, I mean, I encourage you to do it, but not just that. There's books, there's supplies, there's the T-shirts, there's collectibles, there's all kinds of stuff. And even if you don't buy a single thing, to go to watch the competition room, you will see things saying, how did a human being actually create that?
It'll make you want to try.
Yeah,
It
it
really
will.
will.
Yeah. Yeah. So this year, the guest lineup, and it's still, I mean, they keep adding people. Today is the 10th of May. It's Mother's Day. So I'm sure there's probably going to be even more. The people that jump out to me, I'm a boomer. So Greg Nicotero, first of all, Evil Dead and the Walking Dead, for crying out loud. I mean, he is just kind of amazing what he's done. John Dugan, which he played the grandpa in Texas Chainsaw
Hmm.
Massacre. And I've seen pictures of him when he played, when the movie first came out, and he looks like he's 16 years old.
Yeah.
And he's playing clearly with the makeup. He looks like this grandpa.
It's like Max von Sydow in The Exorcist. Now
Yes.
he looks that old.
Yeah. And then Marta Kristen Kane. I got to slow down when I say this because I had such a crush on her. She played Judy Robinson in Lost in Space, the TV show, the original TV show
Big
from the
booty Judy.
60s.
weaver. I believe you can get me through the night.
She is going to be there. There's a ton of guests. A lot of people associated with Star Trek, various permutations of it, 2, 3, Stargate. There's folks that have been involved with Jurassic World, with people that have done Close Encounters. There
Star
are
Wars.
filmmakers. There are people who do voice work. There's people do sculpting, and a lot of people that design weapons for all of these various things. So if you go to Wonderfest online, you'll see an entire list of the people that are the guests that they have, and the complete program's still not up. It'll be up in a few days, and it'll tell you
Okay.
what's at 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, and all of the different little breakout sections. I've taken workshops before on like how to paint eyes in a model,
Yeah.
make them look like real eyes. A lot of people are really into making dinosaurs and Godzilla.
I bought a
tons
dinosaur
of
one
that.
last
Yeah,
time.
and how to paint those, and how to get proper kind of techniques, whether using a brush or whether using airbrush kind of stuff. Yeah, I am absolutely. I can't wait. I'm jazzed to do this. If you're one of our normal horror sci-fi fans, just dip your toe into scale figure modeling. And I'm not talking, there's a whole lot of people out there that do sort of the Warhammer or little figures, or people that are doing military figures. That's not what this is. These are people that are sci-fi and horror. It's monsters. It's all kinds of. If there's a movie every year, the Nun.
That's one of my favorites. Didn't like the movie, but I remember the model from last year was huge. It was like this big. It was
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah. It just, and it's old movies. It goes movies that celebrate the 30s and the 40s and 50s, even common modern day stuff. So if you consider yourself a horror sci-fi fan, there is this whole world of scale modeling that's connected to that is absolutely amazing. And so you can you put a movie on, and I'm working on a model at the same time.
It's like perfect for that. Yeah. It's like all of them live in a similar realm. Scale modeling, video games, movies, that whole sort of, they're all sort of connected a little bit in their nerddom.
So you see us. So if you see us in Louisville, those of you that have followed our Wonderfest show, or followed our just general horror sci-fi comic book stuff, come up, say hi to us. We love to talk to you. We will probably be doing some filming while we are there. We usually do at least one movie review in the hotel room, and they're going to be there the whole time and just hanging out. And
I'm gonna definitely post a TikTok about it too over there too.
Yes.
There's
Yeah.
more people over there too to get come say hello.
Yeah. So again, it's Wonderfest,
Wunderbar.
Louisville, Kentucky, 2025.
And when is it?
May 31st to June 1st. I'm gonna make sure that I'm right. There is the day before.
But that's the event itself.
Yes, it's May 31st to June 1st. May 30th is the day you have to pay extra for that. And but no, early bird ticket, you'll be glad that you did.
It's worth the money.
Yeah, go and I would especially go to Sue Blackheart Models. They're always on the far.
You will know them
when you walk in the door. Hang a right. It's all the way to the end. I've already seen the map for this year, so I know they're in the same place. It's all the way to the right on that back wall.
You can't miss it. It's literally, it'll be heads of like scary monsters, and they all look like realistic.
It looks like photorealistic.
Taxidermied monsters.
Oh, it is just, and just tell him, thank him for what he's done for the field of modeling. And I'm already starting to tear up, kind of thing. It just
can't take him anywhere.
Be there. Or be squared.
And we'll see you at the movies.
In Louisville, y'all.